Mecha Break succeed where Armor Core 6 completely failed. And that's what I mean by that is that, of course, there is no denying that the PvE experience of Armor Core 6 was fantastic, whether it was the art direction, the build crafting, the epicness, the music, the atmosphere of the world, the storytelling, all that was beautiful and great. When it came down to the PvP, it was a big letdown. Honestly, it was a much worse iteration when you compare it to the previous iteration of Armor Core, whether it was 4 for Answer and 5, sorry. So why, I mean, obviously it's always opinion based, but that's really the feeling I get for also most of the veterans from Armor Core 4 and 5. They're just like so disappointed with Armor Core 6 because the skill expression was almost non-existent. There was a big problem with the map, it were just way too small, and they were lacking covers in a projectile based game. If you don't have cover, like what does it come down to? A DPS race, and that really was the problem. So where Mecha Break is succeeding is, man, it was so good. It was so good. I am so sad it's over. The game doesn't come out before 2025. So why was the game so good? The game was basically so good because the way you were moving. So I played mostly Falcon, Skyraider, and Alisness, even though Alisness I didn't play too much. So it was mainly Skyraider and Falcon. And it's just the way you were moving around the map, the way you were boosting out, dashing DPS damage to your opponent, running after someone, getting chased, finding evasive maneuver in order to break line of sight with your opponent and trap them in a way that they couldn't really find you anymore, using the map at your advantage. The more you knew the map, the more you knew that these little holes that were existing, you knew about, you know, if you go in that direction, then you maybe can come down here. There was so many ways to use the map, at your advantage. And there was so much. Of course, we are still in the honeymoon phase, right? Let's be honest, we're still in the honeymoon phase, so there's probably a lot of things that haven't been discovered, such as very annoying meta that are unbeatable, right? I'm sure as time passes, people are going to figure out strategies that are unbeatable. Maybe the game is going to become very stale because of that. Mind you, it's a very competitive based game, meaning that there is ranking, so the emphasis on winning is really a heavy burden on many players. I've seen the 20 hours I've played with it, I was with a couple of people I've met on Discord, and some of them, out of the 10 people I've played with, 3 of them were a little bit, scared of losing point. They were really upset when we were losing, and they started to argue with other people about, oh, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you go to that objective? And it's like, bro, everybody's learning the game. The game's been out for 4 days, so of course we have no clue what the fuck is going on, right? But it still brings that competitive aspect that I personally dislike in gaming, because it just brings a bad atmosphere, and I'm playing games because I want to have a good time, not because I want to lose all my hair. I'm already losing a little bit of my hair, right? I don't want to lose any more of them, no. So yeah, the thing also is that since you have locked mech, like a hero shooter would do, since you have locked mech with certain weapon, for now you couldn't really change the weapon. You could add some mods that were basically the equivalent of what we could say talisman in Elden Ring, that would up some aspect and, you know, give you a debuff on some other aspect, but I didn't dabble too much into that. But what was great is that there wasn't one mech that was killing everyone. It was just so much better than everyone. There was always like a rock paper scissors game. There was always a mech that was countering another mech, and that felt like there was always a counter to something. There's never like a one answer way of playing it. That was so refreshing. Like every duel, you knew some duels were not unwinnable, but you were gonna have a hard time, and some other duels you knew you could take them because you were at a huge advantage compared to against this person. So yeah, they really made a great job at balancing the game, and it's still a beta, it's still a closed beta. The game felt very balanced, even though there was some unbalanced things, of course, but yeah, it felt so good. Everything felt so good, man. It was so good. The other thing that was really refreshing is that it was very objective oriented. What do I mean by that? Is that playing the objective was the way to win games. That's how you win games, not by killing as many people as you can, even though that also brings point. It's really not how you earn point. You have we had like 4 objective based and 1 death match. So death match, obviously it's like killing people. but in the objective base you had to like carry like there's a payload that you need to escort. Then there was another game where it was about capping zone and making kills while you were capping zone, and there was another game where it was about there was actually another mode where it was trying to grab a zone. It's not like capping it, it's like you need to grab it and then you earn a point and you need to earn 8 of them. And the other one was like you need to grab a certain item that spawned at 3 different zones, and once you grab that item you need to bring it to how it's called, a spaceship. So you need to go around the spaceship to load the item that you just took. So all those objectives were just like so, it was just so fun because every time you went into a game you never really knew what was gonna come, and every time it was refreshing. It wasn't just like always deathmatch, or it wasn't just always control, it was always changing. So you always have to adapt your strategy. You need to see with your teammate, okay, who's playing what on this map, this character can be great, okay, how are we gonna play this one, maybe we can flank here at the beginning. Once you start playing with people, you call out, you know, your teammate to do certain things, and you try to put out a strategy. Maybe they are trying to occupy and do a diversion on an area, and you are doing, you know, something on the other side. That's what I was doing sometimes because I was the fast, you know, mecha thing. So yeah, all the game mode was just so good, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, it was just good. And now I believe that Mecha Break has the potential, maybe not to be a super popular game because obviously it's super niche, it's a mech game, and as great as it is, it's still like a very niche thing. But who knows, maybe it will start to attract a lot more people. I know the game had a very bad alpha. When the alpha test came out, the reviews were pretty bad, and many people accused the company of preventing people from giving negative reviews, which might be true. But when I saw even the first footage we've seen, I was like, wow, this game looks shit. This game looks so bad, it looks so slow, so sloppy, no skill. But then you play this beta and you're like, woohoo, it's so fast, it's so fun. They understood the assignment. That's basically what I can say. They understood the assignment and they delivered it 100%. Now, I believe in the future, we still don't really know, if I might be wrong on that, but we don't know if the game is going to be free to play or pay to play. Either way, I believe there's going to be microtransaction. I think this is where they need to not fuck everything up, because if they do microtransaction, it needs to be only cosmetic. I really hope they're not going to put like microtransaction to have like better mods, maybe better weapons. That will destroy the game for me, honestly. I think people will spend many money to get their waifu a more bigger cleavage, right? Or a more revealing outfit. So don't worry about that, guys. You don't need to put pay to win items, please. So yeah, honestly, Mecha Break, amazing, loved it. I highly recommend to you guys. I know it's very different from my content here on the channel, the Elden Ring content, but if you played some Armored Core, you know that it was really lacking in some aspect, and Mecha Break really delivers where Armored Core, in my opinion, really failed. That was pretty much it, all I wanted to say. Love you guys. It was Valentin, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.